I'm Yuri. Me, Vadim, and I, and Monique, and Ayaz. We are Startup Monthly. Represent Startup Monthly here, and you're gonna meet our startups that started their journey with us here 1 week ago. They arrived from Russia, from Lithuania, from Greece. Local startup. We also have a startup from previous accelerator from Belarus. They want to present some kind of change and pivot in their business model. And a little bit about us. We engage the startup ecosystem through 5, 6, 10 various activities. We provide startup accelerator. It's 2 months long accelerator in Silicon Valley. We run it 3 times a year, and we work with up to 8 teams that we choose from all the applications that we get from Russia, Baltics, Eastern Europe, local Silicon Valley, and we provide them funding, and then they join us to work with us for 2 months. In this accelerator, we provide both place to live and place to work. It's not the same place, and we find it better this way. It's very bonding to live together, and they must interact with other startups by working in a shared working space where they have other companies working with them. We also provide startup socials. It's a big gatherings of entrepreneurs, investors, and mentors. We had one this week with over 300 people in Palo Alto. And we're going to have another one, startup party in San Francisco, where we expect 1,000 people coming together and networking and startups showcasing their products. And we're also going to have VIP room where startups can pitch to investors. Kind of 3 floors of activity that you can join us on December 7th. We also have our venture arm called Monthly Ventures, where we're going to invest in startups and they can attend our accelerator. We also founded our Angels Club, where currently we have 10 angels that are ready to invest in the best companies in Silicon Valley or companies from abroad that work with us. And today is the kind of final day of a Smart Money program. It's a 4-day executive program for investors. We had investors from Ukraine, from Poland, from Canada, from Estonia, Russia that attended the program, and they met with about 40 various investors in Silicon Valley and learned about what is it venture capital in Silicon Valley. So these are the main activities, and today we're going to showcase 6 startups from our accelerator and another 10 startups from Deep Dive program. It's a 2 weeks program in Silicon Valley that kind of brings entrepreneurs, founders, and people that want to learn about Silicon Valley. They meet with lots of keynotes and various workshops, and basically opens the mindset of Russian entrepreneurs. So just to let you know that these startups just joined our accelerator, and we worked with them for 1 week, and the results of the work with them will be showcased on January 17th with the final demo day for this accelerator. The whole point of this event is to practice, to show what is it they're doing and get feedback from the audience, and possibly get connected to investors and start interacting with them. These startups are from abroad, and we try to maximize the interaction with investors for these guys, and they meet every week with investors. That's it. Any questions? Cool. So we're gonna move forward and introduce our judges for today. We're gonna have 3 great investors judge the companies and provide feedback.
Yes. Hello there. I'm Sarah Cohn, and I work at Illuminate Ventures. We're a $35 million fund here in Silicon Valley that invests in B2B.
Hi, I'm Ayaz Haq. I work with Exalt Capital Partners. It's an expansion to late stage venture capital fund. We selectively look at early stage companies, and I also serve as an advisor for StartupMonthly.
Hi, Ho Nam from Altos Ventures. I got started in venture capital, believe it or not, 22 years ago. I was this little at Trinity Ventures in 1990, and then started Altos Ventures in 1996 with a couple of partners, and we're managing our fourth fund, investing in early stage B2B as well as B2C companies.
So I'm Pemo Theodore, and I've been doing a lot of work for women in the startup scene and to help them raise funding and by video interviewing the VCs and angels about the shortfall of funding for women. And I've actually coordinated the Smart Money executive program in Silicon Valley very successfully. We've had a fabulous program with incredible speakers, and encourage anyone that's considering being an angel or an investor to come to the next one.
Thank you. So we're gonna start with the first program, Cubaka. Please join us here.
And just wanted to announce, I'm going to be the official timekeeper for today. So those presenting today, please watch for me. I will have the clock counting down right in front of me, and I will make sure that you see when you have about 30 seconds left. And I will really be annoying if you run out of time. So please stick to your allotted time. Thanks. Good luck.
Hi, my name is Andrew, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Cubaka, which is JavaScript error monitoring tool for web services. We're the team of 2 developers with background in web development and programming. I worked 3 years in Yandex, which is Russian Google, and 1 year in vk.com, which is Russian Facebook. When I was working there, we had millions of users, and those users were experiencing lots of errors, because no matter how good programmers you have, people click different buttons and have different browsers, so errors happen a lot. And we were unaware of those errors because people don't tell customer support and programmers about the errors, they just switch to another service. And those who tell, it's a real pain for them, for us to get information from the users, because they are computer experts and we have to ask lots of questions. What page it was, what button we clicked. We even asked them to open development tools to read their name, which is weird. And JavaScript errors is a big deal because it causes you lose your customers. We figured out a way how to automatically collect those errors without any user interaction. As simple as Google Analytics, you just plug in the small line of code, and whenever user experiences error, it is sent to our service with all the necessary information to fix it. Developers get notified, they visit our dashboard, see additional information on how this error happened, which users experienced it, and statistics like if errors grow last month, maybe there was a major browser release, or you just hired a shitty developer. It's for the web companies, and will web companies use it? Of course, yes, because they use developer tools a lot. They use Google Analytics, everybody uses it for marketing and stuff. They use backend server monitoring for PHP and Java, and in fact, we are going to partnership with backend monitoring, because with front-end JavaScript and backend PHP monitoring, you cover all website problems. And we are going to spread the word within technical communities and contact major services directly, so we show their errors to them and show how they can benefit from Cubaka. There are competitors, 5 of them, but the good news is there is no leader in this area, and the market is a greenfield. All those companies are quite new, and most of web services are unaware that they can do this to JavaScript. And these guys, they not well known except for Airbreak, which has high prices, and they don't focus on JavaScript. They do iOS or whatever, and we focus on JavaScript. We do it super good. We have awesome algorithms. We extract more information, catch more errors. We merge errors from different browsers and languages, so your list is not a complete mess. It's useful. And we track user actions to show you how to reproduce the error. We're running free public beta several months. Without no promotion, we have 500 registrations, and 70 companies are sending error reports every day, including Europe and US companies with millions of users. We have initial payment agreements, so when we switch to payment plans, we have customers immediately, and it's really working because we have 300,000 errors a day in our service. Monetization is simple, it's monthly subscription fee on per error basis. And JavaScript is big, it's world's most popular language, and there are over 2 million services in e-commerce, and Kubaka is much bigger than e-commerce, so possible customers market is $1.2 billion, which gives us, if we take only 5% of that market, it's 60 millions per year. Our plans are expand and get deeper in mobile HTML5. We already do it, but we can do it better. We integrate into development tools, so we can also help quality assurance teams. And our first year target is 400,000 companies, which gives us 1 million per year. We are searching to hire business developer here in US and to integrate with other web development tools, to partnership with them. And we are raising 700,000 convertible notes to hire a business developer here, to represent our company here, to do promotion and infrastructure. So that's basically it. Thank you.
Take that handout and have it.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And so I'll take it over to the investors to give some feedback.
I like it. Simple value proposition. We're investors in a company called White Hat Security, which basically hacks into websites looking for bugs in the code and errors, basically, that expose potential security vulnerabilities. And companies doing very well. It's a big market. The biggest question I have is how big is it really? Because it seems very niche to me. But with HTML5 going after mobile, that opens up a whole new market as well. So I'd be curious to have follow-up discussions to try to understand the market a little bit better and maybe get some feedback from some of the folks that we work with at White Hat as well.
I agree. It's a very simple concept, but a pain problem which one encounters repeatedly, like the fact that you're going to stop focusing on HTML5. I think as you see more and more people, as I mentioned, going to the mobile side, you really are going to be addressing a need in terms of the testing. So overall, I thought your presentation was also pretty slick, and you seem to be going after a niche, and once you start focusing on the mobile side, come up with a solution for that. I'm confident your monetization will come.
Very nice job on the presentation. I thought you, hit a lot of the points at a very nice pace and kind of made the point very cleanly and quickly, which investors like because we all have horrible, attention deficit disorder. I had the same kind of gut reaction in terms of concern about the market size. So I'd like to see a bit more, kind of proven out about that, and maybe something about the pricing and how that. How kind of getting more into the, I know it's hard in a 5-minute pitch, but getting into more of the business model about how much they're going to buy, what they're paying now, how much you expect to spend, things like that.
So, do you want to hold up the rating that you've got for this pitch? We'll get an idea of 4. So it's pretty unanimous. Thank you.
Yuri, what is the scale? What does it mean for?
1 to 5.
It's up,
Oh, 1 to 5,
up to
okay.
5.
So 4 is half.
And there is a dollar. If they want to give money now, there is a dollar. Okay, the next company is StyleGrid. Where are you?
Houston, we have a problem.
Hello everyone, I am Mantas. I'm CEO of StyleGrid, and I'm about to introduce you to our cool startup. StyleGrid is a social platform to help you to manage your wardrobe wherever you go. The reason we're having it, one of our co-founders actually is facing one of the problems. She's spending 20 minutes every day deciding what to wear. So we did some research, and apparently this is a well-known problem in the female world, because they tend to use only 10 to 20% of their clothes. So we thought, why not taking their clothes to wardrobe and help their friends to mix and match their clothes? Yes, there's another issue. Sorry, I'll come back. Just because, female, I tend to use only 10 to 20% of the clothes. As a result, we get 270 days per life. That's how many days actually each woman spends next to her wardrobe thinking what to wear. And that's a massive number. So we thought a quick solution how to deal with that. So just take your pictures, upload online, invite your friends, and enjoy your new fresh set. But StyleGrid actually is way much more than that. What we do, we provide you with a solution. You always know what to wear based on occasion, based on weather, and it will be validated by your friends. You'll be able to take your wardrobe everywhere you go, whether it's a holiday or you are in a shopping mall, in a fitting room, trying to match your clothes. It's quite important to understand what it is your style, and our metrics will let you to understand your style. It even will give you new style ideas. For example, what's very important to me, I really want to have a personal shopping experience. That means, which is based on my style and based on my size. At the moment, I don't buy clothes online because I don't want to deal with the hassle to return them. And last but definitely not least, don't forget to style your friends. Our survey showed that even people without any wardrobe problem, they still like to style their friends. This is our mobile prototype that allows you to do all that magic. We believe to be successful in this fast, really growing style business, it's supposed to be very simple to use, and it's supposed to be very social. While some of our competitors are quite great at making simple apps to use, they really lack social aspects, which we believe is the key success in this online fashion business. Market, if we're talking about clothing industry, any number I pull up, it'll be enormous. But where we start, we're trying to target teenagers and young adults. Important quite number, what we found is that nearly 64% of mobile users are responding to advertising, but more than 70% actually never received advertising for their favorite brands. So we're expecting to use that. Our revenue model, it comes from wardrobe intelligence. We are planning to launch a very smart affiliated problem. We believe business intelligence will help achieving that. We are planning to launch some premium service like paid stylist and seller's account. in the end of the day, we are planning to make our own style grid embedding API. That means any website could embed our style grid affiliating program and embed our features and tap into our network. Our team is very young. We're all very passionate. We're all co-founders. I've been a software developer for many years. For the last 4 years, I've been working in UK. Actually, I managed to pull out from hard times a whole company. Liana, she's really taking care after our product development and customer research. She's been working in Lithuanian famous financial institutions. Darius, he's a really good software developer, worked on all very famous startups in our country. Our product map. Basically, what we're trying to achieve in StartupMonthly, we really try to improve our business model and do lots of customer relation and get lots of early adopter. As soon as we finish that, we are expecting to raise 500K to basically to take us to a new level and to keep our consistent 30% growth. Thank you. Please subscribe to our page and let us know if you want to try our beta testing. And that's all. Thanks for listening.
Thank you very much, and we'll get some feedback from the investors.
Sure.
I'm probably a bad person to give you feedback because I don't identify with the potential audience. But it strikes me as there's a lot of friction to get lots of users to use this because you have to take a photograph of the entire wardrobe, and that's just a lot of work. I know my wife would never do that. So that's just, you're asking a lot of the users. Again, I'm not the target audience, so I'm really bad to give this feedback. So.
I guess over the last year we've been seeing quite a few of style and fashion related companies emerge, particularly from New York over here. So I'm not so sure that I see you being sufficiently differentiated from them. I know you start off earlier highlighting some of the problems that women encounter. So almost as if you're going to make them more efficient, productivity improvement and tool in that respect. But then during the course of the presentation, it's more sort of the social and incorporating elements, which I think there are other sites or other companies that I've seen presentations for. They're doing where your friends can recommend, and even the merchandise vendors can also track people's interests. So I guess I appreciate 5 minutes is not enough in the presentation, but would like to know a little more how you're differentiated, if at all.
So yes, first of all, on the I've kind of had some experiences with these products because of course it's a problem I have too. And I will say on your competition slide, I mean, you didn't have half of them there. There's so many more, and I really, it's pretty important to have a robust competition slide because you sort of instantly lose credibility, just looking like you haven't explored the realm of solutions before you've decided on yours, which kind of always puts an investor's haunches up a little. But yeah, the main thing, the main barrier to all of these, none of them have really done extraordinarily well, is just getting the close in. I know on mine, I lost interest on the 35th item of my wardrobe, and then if you don't have all of the stuff in, it's not good. So I mean, I think basically just going back and getting a clever idea about how you're going to get over that problem and looking at how other people did is the most important thing for this company at the moment.
Thank you. So what are we looking at as far as rating this startup pitch? 1, 2, 1. Okay.
Okay, the next startup gonna be Room Reveal.
All right. My name is Pablo Sucroche, and I'm the co-founder of Room Reveal. Room Reveal is a social and promotional platform for interior designers. We actually identified this opportunity and built the product around the feedback of 150 leading design firms. And we're happy to announce that actually today we have gone live, we've left private beta, and we've actually opened up to the public. So it should be interesting to see what happens next. The interior design market is a seriously fragmented, noisy, and notoriously not easy to use, which makes it very hard for designers to get in front of new clients and to actually get new clients. It's also difficult for the design consumer to find good design. The internet presence of a designer is very fragmented, spread across their personal websites, the blogs, and social media. All of this makes that the design consumer must wade through thousands of design websites and millions of photos before finding good design. The sites dedicated to interior design, like House and Design Shuffle, actually have a very poor user experience, making it very awkward to find the photos, and it's also very sometimes unclear what the focus is of these sites. The solution is a next-generation platform connecting interior designers with the design consumer. We've done this through curation, excellent user experience or ease of use, and a series of intelligent social and distribution features. By curation, for us, what's really important is the quality of the content. So we do a very good job of actually curating not only the designers, but the quality of the photography of the designs themselves. We believe that ease of use is essential to growing our user base and maintaining high-quality content on the site. And our social integration creates virality and engagement both on and off the site. For us, we're bridging the gap between designers and consumers, making it easy for the designers to find potential clients and for the consumers to find good design again. How do we know that there's actually demand for all this? Well, currently, furniture sales and home decor sales online has reached $15 billion a year. And 40% of Pinterest users actually interact with home design items every time they visit the site, making it the second leading category. We've actually decided to attack the market from the top down, starting with the creators of the content themselves, the professional designers, then moving to the design enthusiasts or the design, they actually help distribute the content, and ending up with the design consumer, the people who actually find inspiration in the designs themselves. So once we've acquired and retained our design audience, we can then leverage them to sell design products and services. In summary, success for us lies in the ease of use, our active curation of designers and the content, and our social distribution model. We've been growing 10% a week on average in private beta. Moving forward, we'll continue to develop great content, and once we've attracted and retained this focused audience, we plan to leverage them for revenue. We currently have a very complementary team of serial entrepreneurs with experience to make Room Reveal a success. Bill has just left a design role at one of the fastest growing enterprise startups in the Valley, and I recently launched a successful line of consumer electronics as a marketing director for a startup based in San Francisco. We're looking to raise a $1 million convertible note for 18 months of runway to fund operations, marketing, and a team of 6. We of course, are always looking for advisors and industry partners. Thank you very much. That was a glimpse into Room Reveal. Please contact me for any details.
Well, thanks very much, and we'll get some feedback from the investors.
So is the initial business model getting some kind of monthly recurring revenue from the professional designers?
Yes, so we're planning on doing a premium set, feature set, and we are going to be testing some affiliate marketing right off the bat. Those are the kind of the low-hanging fruit, and then we plan on leveraging more as we grow our user base.
I mean, I think it's a good pitch. I just don't know this market well. It feels niche to me, but I like that focus, and you start there and then move on to the more casual users over time. So, yeah, my biggest question is just around the market itself. And there have been some successes. I mean, like One Kings Lane has grown very fast, but the big question on a lot of these companies is, they got to a pretty good scale very quickly, and they sort of topped off, and it's not clear that they have enough runway to continue to build a big business that could be independent. And so they're just, in general, that's going to be the biggest question for me, is try to understand the market a little bit.
What examples come to mind for you?
Sorry?
What examples come to mind for the ones that have topped off?
Well, I'm just sort of thinking about One Kings Lane as an example. I know it's been somewhat disappointing, and especially given how much money they've gone through so far.
That's one. Thank you.
I really like the presentation. Also like the visuals on your website. I think you guys have done a great job on the UI, and I think that's very important for this. Also, I like the fact that you are really addressing, which in my mind are the key drivers to the success of any such initiative. So, focusing on the creators, the curators, and the consumers. So I like the fact that you've highlighted that in your presentation and indicated how you're going to address that. I agree with Ho that the market sizing is a little unproven, but I suspect that at least if you carve yourself a niche in that segment, it seems as if you are trying to address the fragmentation in that space, and from somewhat limited experience, I know that there tend to be sort of individual designers who could really benefit from trying to achieve scale and go to a larger audience themselves. So it looks encouraging.
So the site looks very nice. I like it. It's your. I still have some concerns about the market size, because it's like One Kings Lane, they deal with a price point, from $20 to thousands of dollars, but interior design is sort of a very, very upmarket type business that only appeals to some people. So it's going to be sort of small to start out with, and it doesn't mean that you can't have a successful business, but it's not typically, it seems like this would be a very successful business, but whether it's a venture fundable business,
Right.
I don't know. So I would think about that. I mean, some people are much too quick, I think, to jump on the venture bandwagon before really looking at their businesses, and there could be a lot of companies that really shouldn't go out and raise venture capital and will have an extremely successful business and own all their money, especially if you're getting, I would be surprised. I was surprised that you had so much, so many interior designers willing to jump on board before you had even had
25%
users.
sign-up rate.
Yeah, which, that was great, and including that traction was good. So I was surprised about that, and it does show that there's a need for these people to kind of market, but...
I think we should emphasize next time that we are planning to phase in direct sales of furniture as well, once we have acquired a user base. But for right now, we're going to have to start on.
And what I would say is that, that actually there isn't too much a detriment in sort of just connecting buyers, say, be a Zillow or someone like real estate listings, and so you don't necessarily have to go the One Kings Lane model or First Dibs, which are sort of flattening out.
Yeah. So what is your consumer acquisition model? Because I think if you have the consumers coming to you, you're going to get all the interior designers because they want to connect with the potential clients.
So the big bet we're making is that through the curation, we're going to have higher quality content and higher engagement on the site, and that would actually attract the audience a loyal and more focused audience.
You still have to find out about it.
Yeah, yes. We have, right now we're leveraging social tools like Pinterest and the Pin It button, and that's actually driving like 23% of our traffic right now. So we hope to make their success our success as well.
Okay, you've certainly stimulated a lot of conversation here. That's fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the investors are going to rate that pitch. We've got a 3, a 3, and a 2. Oh, sorry, a 4 and a 2. Okay, thank you.
Next team is Windy.
Good. Hi all, I'm Yannis. I'm one of the co-founders of Windy, which in short it's like we call it Twitter for water sports.
Can you?
Yeah. Hear me now? Yeah, okay. So our team is huge. We are a team of 2. It's me and my co-founder Katerina. Actually, this is our third startup as a team. For this startup, we are really excited because we combine our passion for both water sports and technology entrepreneurship. So some facts about our own industry. We are about 200 million extreme guys out there, chasing winds, chasing waves, downhilling mountains and stuff. We grow yearly, 12% average a year. And we are a big market, mainly because of our addictions at the sport. We spend at least 2,000 euros each of us, $2,000 each of us at the year for our sport, and we spend 40% of our time on our hobby. So, okay, all these cool guys, what kind of problem do we actually have? Okay, so we do outdoor sports. Extreme sports are mainly outdoor sports, so we depend heavily on conditions. Not only weather, but actual conditions, what's really happening. And if we don't really find the conditions, we drive around for many hours, spending our time and money, wasting our weekends, just because the forecasts were wrong, or we didn't know where to go. How we overcome these problems? We usually create Facebook groups. We start calling the local lifeguard or the guy who owns the ski resort to tell us what's really happening, or we use forums. But all of these create more problems than they actually solve, because you can't know actually who is there, forecasts fail all the time, and forums are very old school. So how we overcome this? Actually, we had this problem and we had to solve it. So we create a platform, it's Windy, which is social updates for all the extreme sports. We collect all these guides and all the businesses that happen to be at the spot, at the beach, at the mountain, at every point that we're interested, with all these guys that want to go there. And how we do that? We let them share video and photo updates of what's really happening. You just shoot a 10-second video, or you take a photo of what's really happening, and then you share it with the community, but in a smart way, so the community doesn't have to search for the update, but receive the updates, based on their user profile, location, and several other factors. So this is Windy today. It's both available on iPhone, Android, and web. We are in invitation-only beta for 6 or 7 months now. We are planning to open it publicly end of this month. We have 9,000 users as only in the water sport community in more than 10 countries. This is word of mouth and invitation-only traction. And 20% of them are businesses. They use it every day. We have 30% weekly retention. They use it as a daily tool, and they spend averagely 3 minutes on the app. Our business model for us is straightforward. We have the businesses and the niche from the other side. So we are going to create a sort of promoted updates like Twitter promoted updates, but updates related to the target audience. We are also creating some brand channels, like for brands like Red Bull, we are already discussing that, or Billabong, that they're going to have their own custom theme, or the channel that are going to use in order to promote their own videos. And when we grow enough, we can release premium subscriptions for extra features the users need, like private reports or request updates from other users. This is our timeline. We would love to seek to end with our fundraising at the end of December, start hiring at the beginning of January. Mid-January, release the snow version, because now we are focused on water sports. then release the paid plans, and so on. We are seeking for $500,000 for 9 months in order to do the hiring, create the business development we need, and the buzz we need in order to grow. We are going to spend heavily on marketing because we have to create a brand, and creating a brand needs a lot of money. And scale, and do some research on how to scale in more businesses. So I don't know how many of you are Extreme Shore fans, but you can download the app. It's available for today. They don't need invitation. Tomorrow we close. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Again, I think market size is a concern here because the extreme sport market overall, if you count all the different extreme sports, might have a lot of people, but each extreme sport is so focused and you know the snowboarders don't like the skiers, and you know the windsurfers might not like the kite surfers. Even within water sport, it could be very, very separate communities. So I don't know if we'll come together. The other thing that is feedback for you in terms of you're going to spend money to build a brand and marketing, and it takes a lot of money to spend to build a brand. That's a big red flag with most VCs. Certainly with me, you know, great brands get built. At least the way we like to build great brands is not spending a lot of money on marketing dollars. That's sort of usually a recipe for disaster, actually.
Actually, I want to comment on that because we are currently trying to spend more of our money in business development with big brands. Because our industry is pyramid. If you hit the big brands, then they will hit the athletes, which are the influencers, and then the athletes will hit all the other. That's why we are mainly focused on hiring good business developers and do the marketing for us. That's what's was misleading in the presentation.
Same here. I'd like to know more about sort of the size of the community, the endemic community, and then also other communities which are associated with it. The monetization opportunities as well. You know, there may be some potential with the brands, but I think it would be the sporting brands and Red Bull sponsoring various competitions. So once again, concern on the monetization aspect of it as well, and then the reaching out to such a global community would also take a high marketing spend, or would like to dig in more to the sort of viral nature of this if possible.
So I third the market size. It also might be interesting to see if there's some demographic shifts. I mean, I know with younger people, extreme sports, so including some of that might be interesting. I guess I didn't get the sense from your pitch, how this is going to be significantly better or provide a lot more value than just, I'm a snowboarder, I'm friends with a lot of snowboarders on Twitter that are in my local area, because it's so, kind of how this is going to be so different from that. I just didn't see, I mean, I could see how it could be a tiny bit better, but you really need to show how this is just, when people, see this, they're gonna do it. And then the third thing is, I don't think something like food spotting, where it's a niche thing, but then they push out to Twitter and Facebook, is really important, and it's also big for building the brand, because it's how a lot of people hear about you. And you just didn't have anything about having that functionality in the pitch.
We do have it,
yeah.
But actually, because we consider ourselves in beta mode, we will release it when we publicly launch. We have open graph integration and all this social media integration we need.
Yeah, and it's a huge way that you're going to build your brand, et cetera, et cetera. So,
No,
all right, great.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. So can we get a rating on that startup pitch? So we've got a 1, a 2, and sorry, you're holding it wrong. 2. Okay, thank you. I guess I'd also say I wonder if an app is a business. So maybe not so much focus on an app, but the fact that you've got a business is particularly when you're pitching to investors.
Okay, next team is the Click.
Sorry.
Good.
sirs and madams. It's my pleasure to be here. My name is Anastasia. I'm just a few hours ago arrived from Russia. So every time I'm in US, I really enjoy to see how customer and service-oriented country you live in. You're really lucky people, and if you are talking about a restaurant reservation system, it's our topic. So you're lucky that you have open table here, and we are lucky that we do not have it. So that's why it's a huge space for innovation in our country. So I will try not to make this story boring, because it's quite obvious. We don't have such service, and we are trying to build this culture in Russia. If we are talking about other online services, our even parents and grandparents, they already got used to online booking of hotels, airline tickets, even renting cars, but there is no sufficient tool for restaurant reservation. So our main mission is to bring restaurants online. Almost majority of them have paper sheets and no electronic system. And by making this, we are building this, how to say, culture, and to show people that it's possible. It's possible to make reservation. Our guest already tried it. And got confirmation, and it's simply, and it's private, and you can use it without worry. So for restaurant, we bring them new customers. We build a platform how to attract, how to get reviews from feedbacks from the customers, diners, and how to learn them better, to work with the feedbacks. And if you're a restaurant owner, you may have the statistics, reports, and so on at one place. If you're a diner, we give you a tool for smart search and booking. We have different kinds of partnership programs and loyalty programs, and you can reserve anywhere. It means that even if a restaurant doesn't have our system, we have our call center, and for a diner it looks like real online, but for now it's still by phone, and we show them that it works, and this is temporary solution. When all restaurants, or not all, but many restaurants have this our system, we will switch to online. So what kind of products do we have? Diner can go to mobile version or use website. Also we have CRM system for restaurant, and we have call center, as I mentioned already, and monitoring system. The whole stack of products. We do see really huge market opportunity. So this is for Russian-speaking world. First step is Russian market, and then we will go internationally, because a lot of Russian people travels and they don't have localized service for booking. We do have similar kind of services in Russia, but they are not complex. That's why we feel quite confident. What we have now, it's about 1,700 of members, 4,500 of restaurants in our database, and we have key activities of integration with Yandex. It's a major search engine in Russia. And as we have open API, we can integrate with any partner who can bring audience. Major revenue stream is subscription fee from restaurant, and for diners this is for free. If they want membership they can pay additionally. We okay, similar services outside Russia just show is a trend, and we do understand it. Okay, sorry. I'm formerly from Microsoft, and all my team is quite advanced in IT. We are looking for advisorship, for some tips how to make this solution scalable and to bring best-in-class customer experience. Thank you.
Thanks very much. We were having a joke today that our day was a jet lag day because all our speakers were straight from other countries, and I hope you're recovering from your jet lag. I'll hand it over to the investors.
It's a great job considering you
Yeah.
just got here. So basically it's open table for Russia and then later on for Russian speaking.
It's actually mixed. Open table, Yelp, and our version of CRM is light, you know, you can use it on an iPad, we have iPad version, and it's a web client.
Okay. No, I think that's a real potential business, and open table has been around for a long time. Actually, a classmate from business school started that company. It took them a long time to get there, and even today, with the being public and with the big brand recognition, they still have to have salespeople visiting every single restaurant to sign up the restaurants. They've tried experimentation with telesales for years and years and years. They can't make it work. So if you're in Russia and you have salespeople and you're closing deals, you know, as long as Open Table is not hiring 100 sales reps in Russia to go after that, you have an opportunity. We also invested in a company called Medal in Korea that does food ordering, but for food delivery. And there are about 400,000 restaurants in Korea that deliver, and they're ramping up very fast. They got to about 10 million run rate profitable within a year. So it could be a big enough market. I just don't know the Russian restaurant market, but you know, it's a proven model basically. So there's opportunities there.
Yeah, I agree. An interesting space, even though it is a replication play, but if you can get that right. I as well have some familiarity with Open Table, actually missed out on investing in that, then looked at some other replications, comparables in the UK and elsewhere. So as regards your presentation, I'm not so sure of the other companies, so would like to get a better understanding of how they stack up, some of the comparables that you've mentioned and that already exist in the Russian market. But given that it is a replication play, I think the greatest emphasis will be really on the ability to scale and you know, things which Open Table and Yelp, which they find challenging, and as Ho was saying, that you know, you get develop a particular playbook to target one city or even one suburb, whether it's like Manhattan in New York. So you get a good playbook and then look to take that and to other cities. That's probably going to be the best way to achieve scale. And so the secret sauce is more in the playbook rather than kind of the technology.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of replication plays. I don't understand honestly why they're not done more and sooner, just because you take so much of the risk out. But I think for that, in terms of pitching it, you maybe need a slightly different pitch because people get the value proposition and what have you. Like the things that I would want to see in the pitch is that like you understand every single thing about Open Table and how they execute it and how they sell. And how the Russian market, the sort of contours of the U.S. restaurant market and how the Russian restaurant market is different or the same in that. I mean, one key piece of data is our reservations even really prevalent in Russia. I know in some countries they're not as much as in the U.S. So sort of things like that instead of focusing on more of the basic things that you might do in a startup pitch that wasn't a replication play.
Thanks so much. So what have we got as far as the ratings from the investors?
Okay, next startup.
So hang on, we've got a 4, a 3, and you've got it around the wrong. 3. Thank you.
And the last startup for this session is Goodwillian.
If people want to take seats, you announce that. People in the back want to take seats.
So if anyone wants to take a seat in the back, if you're standing, please help yourselves.
Hello, my name is Dennis, and I'm here to tell you about the project I'm very passionate about. It's called Goodwillian. Please look at this problem. Charities and non-profits try to do fundraising. Brands try to grow the list of fans and followers, and of course they want to communicate with them. And people want to get unique experience. And here's a solution, Goodwillian. Because on Goodwillian, brands and people can auction off unique experience, and other users bid to get this experience. And the winner pay, and money go to charity. And it is something like eBay, but auction item here is unique experience. And money go to a good cause. This example, it is Greg Kidd. He's first investor in Twitter. He is also investor in Square, and he auctioning off a meeting with himself. And what he provides, it is mentorship session. And many startups want to get it, and that's why it is popular. And another example, it is brands. And actually what we noticed is that if celebrity trying to auction off a meeting, or if it is unique experience, it's very expensive for almost everyone to be the winner of this auction. That's why we use raffle model for such situations. And here's an example. It is very good for brands because with raffle models they can involve many people, because even you can donate even $1 and be participated in this raffle. And it means brand can involve many of their fans and followers. And what is great, it can communicate with them through Goodwillian, with all of those who bid to get this unique experience. And what is Goodwillian for non-profits? For non-profits, it's instrument. Why? Because they can involve their community by auction off unique experience and bid to get unique experience from if this unique experience want to support their cause. And I want to tell you about a successful story. In August, we tested our platform, and we have we tested it with HackerDojo. It was very successful because we raised for them more than $6,000 in a few weeks, and they really like it. And a little bit about history of the project. I started to do it more than 2 years ago with my friends, and it was based on group and social network. It was just a hobby, and it became popular, and it was hard to manage everything. That's why a year ago we launched a website in Belarus, and as a result, it was popular. And as a result, 7 months ago, we left our daily job and become full involved. And now we come here. Now we 100% focused in US market. We incorporated here, and we're trying to do everything here. And so we have 38,000 users. We raised more than 125K on charity. And what's interesting, because 100,000 of them we raised in country where average salary is about $300 a month. It's Belarus. It's crazy money for country, for Belarus. And it's our team. I'm CEO, I have marketing background. My teammate CFO Elena, he is a professional CPA. And Michael worked at Google, and he right now works with engineering team in Belarus. And our first investor, it is Greg Kidd. He is also a first investor in Twitter, and he is an investor in Square. And what about opportunity? Almost everyone in USA involved at least in one non-profit or charity organization. And contributions from individuals in 2011 was more than $217 billion. It is a great opportunity. And of course we have competitors. They're not directly competitors, but what we have, and they didn't, is an instrument for brands and non-profits. And our business model, it is sponsorships, partner program with different brands, because they will pay to do to auction off unique experience on our platform, and also microtransactions. Now we're trying to fundraise money to scale our business in USA, and also we're trying to find partners among nonprofits and among brands. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, and we'll open to the investors.
I definitely like the idea. I'm not sure if it's, again, venture scale yet, but you should talk to Pierre Omidar, the Omidar Foundation. This is the kind of thing they would invest in for sure. Maybe even the Skoll Foundation.
Can you repeat, please?
Pierre Omidar Foundation. He's
Okay.
the founder of eBay, and they invest in companies and nonprofit as well as and for-profit companies. Actually, they're more biased toward for-profit companies. But I mean, yeah, I think people will do this. You have traction. I love the story of how it started as a hobby and then became a passion and becoming a company. It's a great story. I actually know a guy who paid $600,000 to have lunch with Warren Buffett. You know, they do that every auction every year. Now it's, I think, $2 million to have lunch with Warren Buffett, and those kinds of things happen. So open this thing up to the masses, like eBay, for that kind of a thing. I think that's very interesting.
Thank you. I'm sure that I will connect with. Thank you.
They're just here, Redwood City.
Yeah, cool.
Downtown Redwood City.
Yeah, a good presentation, well laid out. Like the space, but I agree with the host comment. Not so sure how venture capital ready it is. Seems to be more on the social entrepreneurship side, which isn't a bad thing. And there are some dedicated pools of capital investing in that, so you should certainly target them. But in terms of the concept and the way your presentation's been laid out and articulated, I thought it was a good job.
Thank you.
So my initial thought is that I think you're sort of maybe unnecessarily restricting yourself. So maybe if you decide whether do people come to the site because they want to do something for a charity, or do people come to the site because they want to buy time with people? So if it's the first, if people are really going to come to this site to have this product offering that they can't get anywhere, then I'm not sure why you would restrict it to only nonprofits. And then if it's the former, where people are really coming to the site because they want to do something for good, I don't know why you would restrict it to only auctions for people. A lot of, a kind of silent auction where it's goods or items or experiences or that kind of thing would open it up to so many more nonprofits that do, and schools and other types of fundraising that do these silent auctions online. And could be more of a bigger service, and it seems like essentially the basic fundamental technology. And then also, I used to work for Pierre Omidar. It's been a while, so I don't know what they're investing in these days. But if talk to me later, and I'll see if I can get you an intro.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So thanks very much. What about a rating for this Good William? 4, 3, 3. Thank you.